Hey everyone, it's your girl Tennessee Nora. Yeah, getting ready for Sunday dinner. Some fresh greens. Now I got plenty of them in the freezer, but I wanted some fresh ones. Just out the garden. So some of my Amish friends, they hooked me up. So I got a big bag of them here. I just washed and cleaned, and yeah, they're waiting to go in the pot. And with that, I'm gonna put a chuck roast with it. Yeah. It's gonna be Sunday dinner, and I don't know, maybe some sweet potatoes. We'll see. I'm playing about ear. So, yeah, this is how I'm starting my video. Yeah, I haven't got dressed yet. So, see you in a minute. Okay, we're gonna sear our roast off, brown it on both sides. We're gonna sear it on both sides. We're gonna do stove top. Okay, so we're gonna sear our roast on both sides. We're gonna take them out and get our vegetables sauteed. Okay, we're gonna put our vegetables in, our onions and green peppers. Get them going. Let's let these cook down a minute. Okay, now we're gonna add some seasoned flour in here so we can get our gravy going. We're gonna add a little beef bouillon in here as well. A little beef bouillon. Okay.
I'm making the house.
Okay. Okay. Now we're gonna add some water to this. We're gonna add our roast back in here. Okay. Now we're going to cover this up and let it cook. Okay. Here we are checking on our roast. Oh yeah, it's coming along real well. Yeah, it's, look how tender it is. Yeah, that's what we want. Yeah, our greens are coming along. They're about done. Look how big a pot this is. Hold on. Yeah. Tennessee North favorite. So let's get to our other part of our meal. Okay. Now I've added some potatoes and carrots to it. This roast will be done in probably about 30 minutes after these potatoes get done. Potatoes and carrots get done. Okay. And I also decided to do a second meat. Sorry about that. Because my youngest son doesn't eat roast beef. So I decided to make pork chops. Yeah, pork chops. Let me drop some more. Okay, our potatoes are done. Yep, they're soft. The carrots are done. The roast is done. Okay. Okay. Let's finish up the rest of the meal. Okay. Got my hot water cornbread ready. It's cooking up. Frying the rest of the pork chops. Yeah. Let's get our sweet potatoes on. Okay, now I got my candy yams on. Gonna add some butter to it. Butter, margarine, whatever you want to put in it. Add that to it. I'm gonna add some cinnamon and nutmeg and some sugar to it. This is cinnamon. This is nutmeg. Now be careful with the nutmeg because a little bit of nutmeg goes a long way. And I'm gonna add some sugar to it. And I got it on low. I'm gonna let it cook down. First part of my hot water cornbread. Yeah, this meal is about to come together. Okay, I'm finally got this meal, wrapped up. I made, let me just tell you what I made. I made roast, a beef roast. Add some potatoes and carrots to it. Nothing special. Onions, green peppers, Um, got some fresh greens from my Amish, I call them my cousins, my Amish cousins. And I fixed that. And I don't know where you from, but we like boiled eggs with our greens. Mm-hmm. Boiled some eggs. Uh, made some sweet potatoes or candy yams, whatever you want to call them. Just some stovetop ones. Sliced a little tomato. Made some hot water cornbread. And fried some pork chops. Yeah, just a simple Sunday dinner. Now, Tennessee North is tired. Yeah. So what I'm about to do is I'm going to show you the sample of what I did. And you probably said, Tennessee North, you could have got a bigger plate. I could have. I didn't. I've cleaned up the kitchen. I've washed all the dishes. I'm not going to mess up anything else. Everyone has eaten but me. And as soon as I cut this video, I'm going to rest. I'm not finna. And I told him, if you come back in this kitchen and get something else, make sure you hit the dishwater and, wash it up. Yeah. So let me show you what Tennessee North has here. I put a little bit of everything on the plate so you can see. There's my candy yams, my boiled egg, my hot water cornbread, my fried pork chop, my sliced tomatoes, and these wonderful greens with that smoked Joe in there. Yeah. And you see the hot sauce. Nothing but Louisiana. That's the kind I like. Louisiana. Yeah. So I'm going to hit this pork chop with the hot sauce. Just a little bit. And then I'm going to sample this. Yeah. Yeah, as I was saying. I'm going to sample this. Go take a shower. And rest. I've already watched that new Tyler Perry movie, Straw. Some of his better work, yeah. Usually he had gotten to the point where you can predict the ending. This was really good. Yeah. I was worried about Tyler for a minute there. Yeah. So let me speak to the Lord. Amen. Amen. Yeah. Gotta try to adjust this camera. I think they're calling for some rain or something for this area. We get more bad weather. So, You get that crunch. I'm gonna tell you, it's the crunch for me. Oh, where's my manners? Have some? You want carrots on there with it? I saw Chef Jeffrey cook some greens today. Picked them out of his garden. I can't wait to pick anything out of mine. Yeah. Finna try this new system. Hydroponics. It's gonna help me. Mm. These greens got a bitter taste to it. These what they call spring greens. Mm. And this is not a store-bought tomato. It's a homegrown tomato too. Mm. It's not a homegrown egg though. Tennessee don't want no fresh egg off the ground. Run mine through the whatever they do to it first. Greens, eggs, tomatoes, hot water cornbread, all go together. It's Tennessee our favorite vegetable. If they season well, I can eat them cold. Here's this, the roasted tenders. I don't know what. Put a little greens on with it. Potato. Got that good gravy on it. Candy yams. Sweet potato, one of my favorites too. I like that gravy on those carrots. I'm drinking Crystal Light. Oh, yeah. I forgot to bring my new phone holder in here. I gotta put one in every room. Sous Chef keeps trying to take them home with her. Until they're not toys. They're for Nana. Nothing better than a Sunday meal. It sure bring back memories. When we were kids, the minute we got out of church, changed your clothes, it was dinner time. Because my mother started before she ever went to church. She got up early. And that meal was ready. When she left to get to church, she sent us to Sunday school. She come along afterwards. She was our usher. And when she got home, all she had to do was make her bread. She didn't want her bread cold. And, oh my goodness. Every Sunday seemed like a holiday. You look forward to that Sunday meal because you know the best fried chicken you ever want to. And they was using lard, nice and crispy. You didn't hear about it giving you nothing. Whew. Had to go answer the phone. Yeah. This pork chop. Ain't nothing better than a good fried pork chop. Hold on. Okay. Being it's Sunday, everybody seems they got something to tell me. So, I'm not going to dwell on this video long. I was going to tell you about an incident that I encountered with someone. And I was talking to them about being grateful. And sorry about that. It's been about almost 2 hours since I had to pause the video. The phone. Long distance calls. Yeah. Seems like nobody has anything to say to Tennessee North until I turn the camera on. Yeah. So, I'm not going to hold y'all long. 2 hours ago, I said I was going to get ready to go in, get in the shower and get my bunkie wear on, the evening clothes. So, now I'm coming back to my plate. The sun got cold, but that's okay. I'm going to cover it up and eat it later. But I was about to tell y'all about, I had a conversation with a person, and we were talking about being grateful. And I tell them that, sometimes you can miss a blessing from being ungrateful. And that brought me to, I haven't told you about a Bible verse, but I'm going to tell you about 1 Samuel 1 through 10. And it says, I paraphrase everything. And it talked about Hannah. And Hannah she was bitter and, sad. Kind of felt like she was missing something. And even though she was sad and bitter, she didn't turn on God. She kept her faith. She still had that belief in God. And because even during the midst of her sadness and her grief, she didn't falter, She continued with her belief that God was going to take care of her. And so when because of her obedience, she finally had a child. And that's what her grief was about. She didn't have any kids. And she finally had that one son. And she named him Samuel. Samuel is meant to be that he hears everything. He's listening to you. And he sees all. That's what the Bible says Samuel means. And that's the reason why she named him Samuel. Now, even though she was going through something, she was still grateful to God for all that he had done for her. And so, sometimes you can have a lot of things going for you. Now, it may not be what you want at that time, or you don't think that's what you need. But God, He knows what you need. And if you stayed fast, regardless what you're going through, He hears you. He's listening. Yeah, and He sees. And even though she was going through a lot, she was bitter and upset because everybody had kids and she didn't. But she didn't falter. She didn't go back and say, well, you know, I'm staying faithful to you, and you know I want kids, but you haven't given me any. She didn't do that. She was bitter in herself, kind of feeling like less worth. But she never blamed God for the fact that she didn't have any kids. And because she stayed faithful, God rewarded her with a son. Mm-hmm. Now, I tried to tell this person, I said, you just don't realize how blessed you are. You got more than enough support and help. But you'll miss that blessing by always complaining and not being grateful for what you do have. Some people have a lot less and going through a lot more than you are. But they don't swindle in it. You know, they're not looking for a pity party. They appreciate what they have. Even though it might not look like a whole lot, still somebody got a lot worse, a lot less. And sometimes when you do that, you miss a blessing. Yeah. Now, I might not have as much as my next neighbor. But guess what? My neighbor over here, they got a big old house and, you know, nice fine car. But guess what? I might be over here in this little shack and I could be outdoors and no roof over my head. You know, I could be walking, even though I'm riding this old beat up car. Something is better than nothing. Because somebody else could be a little worse off than you. And I think that's kind of what 1 Samuel 1-10 is telling you. Even though in the midst of Hannah's grief, she was bitter. But she never turned her back on Jesus. Mm-mm. And she was rewarded with her son, her only son. Be thankful for what you do have. Stop dwelling on what you don't. Because sometimes what you don't have might not be meant for you. If so-and-so got it, it was probably meant for them. Yeah. Your time will come. It could always be a lot worse. Yeah. You say, I don't have that steak. But you did get some bologna. You're not hungry. Yeah. grateful. You'll be rewarded in the end. Maybe I didn't make sense to them, but I try to put it where they could understand it. Yeah. Be grateful. I know I am. For everything. Now, I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. But guess what? I didn't miss a meal. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to end the video here. This wonderful meal. I'm going to heat it up after I take my shower. Then eat it. Yeah. I've just found out that I had over 17,000 subscribers. And I'm grateful. Yeah, I am grateful. When I first started this, I was surprised at the first 5 or 10. And I was just excited about those 5 or 10 as I am about these 17,000. You guys are what made it possible for Tennessee North to get this far. And I appreciate that. I am very grateful. Yeah. Yeah. I'll see y'all on the next video. Bye now.